if you stick to it and if it's good, I promise it is something that will pay you more time freedom and more financial freedom for years to come.
It'll be almost 9:30 for when you wake up. Almost.
Needs some right, it's like on the udder but right by the teat.
I think exactly you were correct. I mean, it's just rolling. So
Well, I'm so glad we had that play date yesterday. You're so lazier than other homesteaders. Everybody got good sleep last night. All right, good girl. Come on. Just to not have people over. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna go. You're such a good girl. Thank you for letting her nurse on you. How do you feel about a Dutch baby today? Sure. Oh, what's happening here? She will knock that over if you leave it unassisted.
She'll knock me over. Hey, Meg, you're gonna make me clean my lens, yo. Hey, 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 hey.
Oh, they set up though. Look at that. They're like.
Oh, I forgot to do that.
They get close, but don't touch it. Your cats.
What are y'all doing?
Crabs in their kitchen?
They're being crabs? Yesterday, the pigs got the leftover skimmed milk, and that's why today I'm giving it to the chickens, because you really don't want to give too much of the milk to the pigs, especially these Idaho pasture pigs. They can get a little fatty, and these are breeders. We need them to stay nice and healthy and lean. If it's feeder pigs, we'd really fatten them up. But today I want to continue the discussion that we had a couple of months ago before we got the cow regarding way of how to get out of the rat race and onto your homestead. So if you are only interested in just pretty homestead shots, today might not be for you. Here's the thing. I answered 3 messages this morning. At 5 o'clock, I woke up early to be able to get some work done. There's 3 people that said, hey, I seem to be at the same spot that you guys were several years ago, back whenever we were first starting this adventure of homesteading, before buying land. They said, I want to get to that. How do I get to that? And I try to share it as much as I could in our book, Get Off Your Tail and Homestead, but yet I want to be able to help you as much as I can here, and then we can talk about it down in the comments below, so let me know your questions. But one of the excuses that people always say is, I don't have enough time and I don't have enough money. We'll talk about money later. Right now it's a lack of time. So the question is not having enough free time the real reason why you're not able to build your homestead dream? I have to clean our milk jars, so I'll continue this in a second because Kelly is doing a fancy Dutch baby recipe.
Have you ever done this?
And we can't talk right now. So the book says to clean these with cold water, correct?
It's not that it can never be, but...
So should I clean the outside first? Okay, so whenever it comes to time, or lack thereof, time in order to build a homestead, or really to do anything, there's two things that you need to know. So number one is that we all have the same amount of time, which is not enough. We all have the same 24 hours a day. We all have it. So yes, we have a little bit more time right now because we've already gone through this entire process. But I did have a 9 to 5. We did have little teeny tiny babies that took a lot of our time where we didn't sleep. But we still found those small amounts of free time and we applied it to our life in order to pay dividends in the future. The second thing is if you had, or when you do have, a little bit of free time, what is it that you would want to do with it? How would you spend that free time? So for Kelly and I, of course, we had this dream of building a homestead when we were in suburbia, and we chose to spend our free time building skills and finding a way to what I call function stack that would get us to where we want to be later on in life. One of those skills was that we wanted to have skill of animal husbandry, which of course in suburbia, there's no way that I was gonna have some of these. I'm not gonna have a dairy cow in suburbia. What we were able to have was pets in suburbia. And really with having pets, what that meant is we were able to have, we couldn't really legally have chickens, but we were able to have rabbits, pet rabbits. And although this property is just filled with a whole lot of beautiful, awesome cow manure right now, it was the rabbit poop that I was looking for. And so we chose to be able to do rabbits in suburbia because there were several things that I was able to apply with my free time that paid me dividends for the future. So I wasn't dead set on living the life of homestead freedom on acreage. I focused on what I could do now to build that for the future. So what I did was I took my goal of homesteading, my desire to have a better together life, my desire to learn animal husbandry. I wanted to also learn better building skills, and I needed a way to make a little bit more money so that I could actually live this life of time freedom. And so actually having rabbits helped all of that. It helped so many things in our life to be able to function stack. Like right now, I'm spreading some manure out here because the cows are stuck in the hay ring because it's winter and there's no grass growing here in Texas right now. And tomorrow I'm gonna move these chickens over here and then they're gonna come and they're gonna spread out all of this manure. And then also I knew that we were going to be building a house, and so I needed to learn the skill of budgeting for a building project. So I took this small little thing about getting rabbits and I turned it into a function stacking project that has paid us dividends for the last 4 years since we got rabbits. So first off, as I searched and I built social capital and I found rabbit breeders. We found an amazing rabbit breeder in Jeannie Cotton from Cottontail Rabbitry. Then what I did is I use budgeting in order to set a budget for a rabbit hutch.
I need safety goggles.
And I built the rabbit hutch and I stick to that budget. And a lot of the things I learned of how to reclaim wood and materials to make it more affordable. Then of course, this was like my biggest building project and I learned a lot of building skills One of which that I have a lot more to learn in building a rabbit hutch. But I finally was able to get it done, and it has helped me build so much here on our property. Then of course, to continue, we learned animal husbandry. We also found with rabbits that we could sell the bunnies as pets, as breeding stock. So that was a little bit of extra income to at least offset their feed. But hey, every bit counts. Then we put all of these videos on YouTube, learn a little bit of marketing, which has paid us a little bit of money for years to come with having residual income on YouTube just because of getting rabbits. And with all of those skills of me thinking, hey, I don't have enough time, but I did think, how can I make time in the future so that I can homestead, so that I can live in a rural area and make this dream possible? Rabbits were one of the first and biggest ventures that we did that y'all, that's how it works. You find something, you function stack it, and you have faith that it's going to pay in the future. Okay, so we've talked about time and how really, I'm sorry, there's not a whole lot of excuse because we all have the same amount of time. But you can be able to get over some of those time hurdles by doing some of the things, by finding something to function stack, finding one thing. I'm not saying to do rabbits at all. There's so many things that you can do. Like another idea is knife sharpening. Like I just now bought a Work Sharp knife sharpener. This is like a $150 tool that is allowing me to sharpen our knives for processing animals here on the property. And all of my family and friends are excited about this knife sharpener because they need knives to sharpen also. It's not going to be something like Patrick Rohrman from MT Knives or Ben Holler, like a real skilled craftsman. Like they can get a knife so much sharper, but this is an easy way that you can sharpen knives. And I really love this tool. So what I'm saying is there's so many things, like let's say that knife sharpener, you'd be able to have time with your kids to be able to teach them that skill. You can be able to do that on YouTube. You can, of course, charge people to sharpen their knives. There's a lot there that you can be able to build some sort of business that adds money and time freedom in the future. Okay, but I know that there's still some of y'all that are really mad at the computer, at your phone, about to say,
"But Bo, this is good and all, but still you haven't told me how to have time freedom and more money whenever I'm working a 9-to-5 job and I don't have enough money to buy land."
And I would say you're right. You're totally right. Because I've been where you are. I have been where I'm awake at 7 o'clock in the morning and all my kids are waking up and I've just finished half of my cup of coffee and I'm on YouTube watching Justin Rhodes on my phone and dreaming of that day that I can make this homestead dream happen. And Justin didn't give me the answer either back then in 2016. And there's no way that I can answer that question for you because it's going to be different for everybody. You're all going to have your own journey to be able to go on. You all have your own finances and skills and circumstances. But I hope that I've given you one nugget, one little tiny tool that you can put in your tool bag to be able to get pen and paper and to say, how can I make this dream happen? Find something that you like. It doesn't even have to be something that you love, but something that you like enough that you're willing to do in your free time. Like something that gives you a little bit of joy. And then you can take that one thing and you can grow it just a little bit no matter where you are. I don't care if you're in New York City. There's some kind of skill that you like and that you can be good at. Find some way to be able to make $50 and then do that and find some way to be able to double it to $100 and then double it again. And then learn some skills on how to share that online somehow. Anything. If you love cryptocurrency, I don't care what it is. Go download our free ebook, 50 Homestead Moneymakers. If you want to have a full course, you can buy our ebook, Get Off Your Tail in Homestead. I don't care what it is, but find something that you can do that you can function stack in your free time that will give you more time in the future.
That's kind of how she says
Is the Dutch baby ready?
The Dutch baby is ready. Most people have eaten it.
Hey, that's okay. I don't mind eating leftovers.
May I
Not
have
leftovers. I want fresh Dutch baby. Is this for you?
Thank you. So Callie, tell YouTube, what is a Dutch baby?
It's a German pancake. So you make kind of like a pancake mix, but like heavy on the eggs, and then put it in the oven. It takes a lot less time to feed a lot more people. Mirabel!
Farm fresh, eggs, fresh, raw milk.
What happened to you?
We did use our milk with this, right?
Okay, don't eat it. We use our milk, we use our eggs, and then flour, arrowroot or cornstarch, and salt.
We've been talking about how
Finish it first, and then
lately
you don't have to eat the rest.
it's more and more
You can do it.
how a lot of the food that we're eating these days are from our property, from our animals. 2015 was just a dream.
No, it's just raw. We weren't here.
Oh no.
No.
It's wild.
It's
wild.
3 months ago.
Yeah.